A Toronto mother says she was fooled by a rehab center in Quebec. When Yvonne Keller paid the center $10,000, she didn't know who was running the facility. Only a week later, her son was sent home on a bus, penniless and still addicted. Go Public's Kathy Tomlinson joins me now with more from Vancouver. And so, Kathy, tell us about what happened to Yvonne and her son.
Well, Yvonne Keller says none of this would have happened if she'd been able to find help for her drug-addicted son, who was in terrible shape, in the public system in Ontario. She wasn't able to, so through an internet helpline, she got on to Narconon, which is in Trois-Rivieres in Quebec, and it's a private rehab facility. She put $10,000 on her credit card in order to get her 22-year-old son, Daniel, into that facility. As you said, a week later, they kicked him out, put him on a bus back to Toronto by himself. She says he didn't get any help there at all, and he wasn't supervised the way that she thought he would be. She then found out that Narconon in Trois-Rivieres is run by Scientologists. We have since talked to a former employee there, Edgar Love, who says the facility is just a front to try to recruit vulnerable people, drug addicts, into Scientology. And he says many people get kicked out, and those are the ones whose staff can't indoctrinate. Here's how Yvonne Keller feels about the whole experience.
Because I should have done better research. But it's a very hard place to be at. I really believe that they were going to be able to help me and help him.
And so, Kathy, how is Narconon reacting to CBC's investigation?
Well, the Director of Legal Affairs there says he is a Scientologist, and they do use the teachings of Scientology to treat addicts there. But he says that's because Scientology is very effective. He says he's seen 1,200 people leave there drug-free after going through the program. So obviously he's very supportive of this in general. In terms of Yvonne Keller's case, he says that now that she's come out with this and talked to us, she will be getting some of her money back, although she wasn't able to before now.
All right. Kathy, thank you. The CBC's Kathy Tomlinson in Vancouver. As a result of Go Public's investigation, Narconon says it will refund Keller's money. They're just waiting for the paperwork to be processed. If you have a story you want to go public with, email gopublic@cbc.ca.
The Toronto woman who put her son in a drug rehab program says she only learned after the fact who ran it. And she says when her son was kicked out, she tried and failed to get her money back. That's when she got in touch with Go Public's Kathy Tomlinson.
Yvonne Keller put $10,000 on her credit card in desperation.
You feel helpless, powerless.
Faced with waiting lists, she says she couldn't get her drug-addicted son into public treatment in Ontario.
Trying to navigate a broken system is very frustrating.
So she sent him to Narconon, this private rehab center in Quebec, part of a worldwide network.
I really believe that they were going to be able to help me and help him.
She didn't realize it's run by Scientologists.
I should have done better research. But it's a very hard place to be at.
She says they didn't help her son. Instead, they kicked him out, put him on a bus back to Toronto.
They just put this kid right back to where he started from.
Keller has been trying to get her money back since.
It is 100% cult sect.
This former Narconon employee says the rehab center is a front to recruit vulnerable addicts into Scientology.
The idea is to get them into the Narconon. Once they're in, and the mother or father or family has paid $5,000 or $10,000 or the whole $30,000, once they get them in, that's the key.
The rehab center spokesperson says Keller's son was kicked out because he was too disruptive.
We are very, very sorry for him, but you know what? We are not responsible of his condition before he came.
He admits Scientology is taught here, but he says 1,200 addicts have left drug-free.
We are not looking what is politically correct. We're just looking what gives good results.
I don't want my money to go to that church.
The Narconon program has recruiters who answer calls in every major Canadian city. As a result of our inquiries, the program now says Yvonne Keller will get a refund for at least some of the $10,000 she paid. Kathy Tomlinson, CBC News, Vancouver.
As Kathy mentioned, Yvonne's son is back in Toronto. He's not currently in treatment.